So what's going on guys, Kids here, and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the top 5 best poison heroes in Dragonheir Silent Gods. And just before we start, I want to clarify that yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm not getting paid for saying positive or negative things about the game. All that they said is just to give a try to this game and see if I like it. So this is a season-based game that is available on the PC through the Epic Game Store, Steam, Mac, iOS and Android. It's a brand new season and a span new game, and if you want to try out the new season because it feels like a brand new game with a fresh start, new heroes and much more, then download the game right now using my link in the description. So if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So then moving over to the first best hero, and it is the Ergander. He is a legendary defensive hero that uses the poison element to deal melee range damage. In Dragonheir Silent Gods, every hero brings a unique set of skills and abilities to the battle, so selecting the right hero for the right fight will be very crucial for your success as you grow your team and progress your character. On top of all of this, here are my top 8 ratings of the dungeons that I use this hero on, and for each one I rank the Ergander from 1 to 5 stars. So this hero gets 5 out of 5 stars in all the activities except the Goblin Lair. He has such a good synergy and he's such a good tank that he can easily do damage and take massive amounts of damage in return. But like you can see from my other videos, the Goblin Lair has a lot of enemies, so that's why this hero falls a bit short, and I usually would not even recommend to bring a defensive hero to a Goblin Lair, because instead you can go full DPS or one support and then the rest damage dealers. Then as far as his skills go, the leader skill will increase all allies' defense for 45% in Grand Gladiator arena battles. Then the passive skill when taking damage has a 30% chance to inflict attack penalty 2 for 5 seconds on its attacker. Then the battle skill will deal poison damage to the enemies within range, with a 100% chance of reducing their ultimate energy by 25%. And then on top of all of this, you will heal yourself. And then lastly, we have our ultimate skill, which has a 100% chance of taunting the enemies within range for 5 seconds and deal poison damage. Meanwhile, the hero will gain immortality for 10 seconds. So in a quick summary, when we activate our ultimate, we will aggro all the enemies on us and gain immortality, which means that we can die for the next 10 seconds. So then in this time we can tank the damage, so then the rest of our team can do damage undisturbed. So then moving over to the second best hero, and it is the Frurbath. He's one of the only defensive epic rarity heroes that as well uses the poison element to deal damage from close range. If you're a free-to-play player or if you're looking for a beginner level tank, then look no further, because this hero is amazing. He can easily compete against legendary heroes and he's relatively cheap to get. So then moving over to the ratings, and he has max stars in all the dungeons, except of course in the Goblin Lair, and he gets 4.5 stars in the arena. As I said a minute ago, almost not a single defensive hero does well in the Goblin Lair, because they are just simply not made for it. So then with that said, for our leader skill, we will increase our allies' defense by 24% in dungeon battles. Then our passive, when dealing damage to the enemies under debuffs, will gain a 30% chance of healing the ally with the lowest HP, and dispelling one debuff from them. The more debuffs on the attacked enemy, the higher the amount of healing we will receive. Then for the battle skill, we will generate a healing nexus around the hero for 6 seconds, healing all allies within the range every second. And then lastly we have the ultimate skill, which will deal poison damage to the enemies within range, with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds. So then moving over to the next hero, and it is the Lothair. He is a legendary hero with a melee attack range that mainly uses the poison as his weapon element of choice. On top of all of this, for his rating, this happens very rarely, but this is one of the only heroes that gets 5 stars performance in every single activity. This hero has such a good synergy and his damage is that high that I haven't seen a better damage dealer that can easily farm these dungeons so quickly. Then as far as his skills go, the leader skill will increase all allies' enlightenment by 60 in all battles. Then the passive will do that when the hero skill deals damage to a target under poisoned, then he deals additional derivative damage as well. Then the battle skill will rush towards the enemy with the lowest HP, dealing poison damage to the enemies within range, with a 75% chance of inflicting 2 stacks of poison for 15 seconds. And then finally we have the ultimate, which will make our hero jump up and strike the designated area, dealing poison damage to the enemies within range. And then he can even follow that up with 2 tornado slashes, where each slash deals poison damage within range. And then, just before we continue, let me quickly introduce you guys to the new Dragonheir Season 2. So, the Season 2 Fall of the Crescent will officially launch on December 15, introducing new sandbox, new strategy, and new optimization experience, and from my personal opinion, it really feels like a brand new game. Players will be able to explore the mysterious islands of the Undercairn in a brand new sandbox mode. The waters situated in the southernmost Adentia are known as the Misty Sea, where the Sheen Elves, Wood Elves, and the Merfolk reside. Travelers will cruise around the Misty Sea, explore Undercairn to admire its landscapes, and go on an adventure with the Merfolk that preside in the ocean depths. As you navigate the underswell in the depths of the Misty Sea, you will encounter a new local quest, and even an ocean currents. Some local quests will have an ocean current that will make you lose control and sweep you to the destination of the current, so you will need to plan your route carefully to reach your destination. Then as well there will be ocean mysteries, which will make you encounter whales at the sea. If they swallow you, you will enter a small and undersea area with various resources and rare items, so watch out for them. Then next up we have the new heroes. So over 30 new heroes will be added in Season 2, among which are 17 legendary heroes. Then as well 3 schools of the damage dealing will be added, which are Burn, Thunderbolt, and the Ice Blast. New season means new gear and artifacts, so we will get 14 new artifacts, including 3 new exclusive artifacts, 9 legendary and 2 epics, with a lot of cool gear sets like the Abyssal Curse, the Emperor's Might gear set, and much more. Besides that, Season 2 will introduce new bosses, new elemental pairings, so now the elements will work together with Ice and Radiance, Fire with Necrosis, and Lightning with Poison. On top of all of this, players will be able to travel to the new areas by trying out the new puzzle gameplay to connect all teleport pillars. Then if you want to get the new heroes, you will want to check out the new summoning events, where you will get a chance to get only Season 2 heroes and so much more. On top of all of this, there is a new strategy to develop your new team to conquer the sea. There's also new optimization experience, which includes smoother early game, faster growth, and seasonal benefits like the Fort Fairing Summons, which is an in-game event, then Season 1 reward shop, and Season 2 exclusive summon pool. So then moving over to the next hero, which is Twitch. He's a very fun legendary hero that of course uses the poison element to deal damage from long range. As far as his rating, he gets 5 out of 5 stars in every single activity, except the arena and goblin lair. I would say personally that I really couldn't decide between 4 or 5 stars, so if you really want to get this hero, then the arena is the only place where he might be lacking compared to the other heroes. Then as far as his skills go, the leader skill will increase all allies' attack by 45%. In the City of the Child battles. Then the passive skill will do that whenever an enemy is inflicted with poison by a skill other than the passive skill, then the hero has a 35% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison to the enemy for 15 seconds. Then the battle skill will shoot an arrow at the target, dealing poison damage. And for every 60 enlightenment that the hero has, the hero shoots 1 additional arrow. So we definitely want to build our character with the enlightenment stat. And overall up to 5 arrows can be shot upon 1 cast. And then finally his ultimate skill will launch a total of 4 attacks on the targeted area, with each part inflicting poison damage on the enemies within range, with a 50% chance of inflicting 2 stacks of the poisoned effect on them for 15 whole seconds. And then for the last and final poison hero we have the Durango. He is a legendary hero that uses the poison element to do damage from melee range. As far as his rating goes, he gets 5 out of 5 stars in all the dungeons, except the Goblin Lair, where he gets 4 stars, which is already a big deal as most heroes really struggle in this dungeon. So with that said, this hero is much easier to get, and I've seen it in the new summoning events. So if you're looking for a cheaper hero that, as you can see, has the same performance as most other heroes, then this is definitely for you. Then as for his skills, the leader skill will increase all allies' accuracy by 50 in all battles. Then his passive skill will swiftly attack all enemies as the battle starts, dealing poison damage with a 40% chance of inflicting 3 stacks of the poisoned for 15 seconds. When the hero's basic attack and skills trigger a critical hit, it has a 40% chance of inflicting 1 stack of the poison for additional 15 seconds. Then the battle skill will launch 3 attacks on the enemy, dealing poison damage each time, meanwhile recharging the hero's ultimate energy by 5% if a critical hit has been triggered. And then finally his ultimate skill will launch 3 swift attacks, dealing poison damage each time to the enemies within range, with a 100% chance of inflicting 2 stacks of the poison for 15 seconds. And this skill will ignore 30% of the target's defense upon a successful critical hit, and that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback or other video ideas like hero guides or beginner tutorials that you would like to see for Dragonheir Silent Gods in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to thank again this video sponsor Dragonheir, and don't forget guys to click the link in the description box to download the game and play it for free, because the game is just about to get a fresh start with new storylines, smoother gameplay, faster growth, new heroes and much more, so you definitely want to try this game out. It's a brand new season and a span new game, and don't forget guys to redeem this limited time gift code for awesome rewards. And if you found this video helpful, then please leave a like, subscribe and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and not miss any more upcoming content. With that said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.